So today's lesson is drawing you, so it's a self-portrait, in your mask. So this is a couple of examples of what you might want to do depending on how you look. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do this, and this is a surprise drawing because part of it will show as you in your mask, and then you're going to be able to open it up, and there is your beautiful face with words that describe you. Now, if you don't know, or can't come up with any words to describe you, why don't you ask your family for some words that describe you? Or you could call up your best friend and ask them. So we'll do the face first, and then we'll get into the words. So you have a little bit of time to think about that. Okay. So as you can see, these are eventually going to be nice and bright and colorful. But right now we're just going to be working with a piece of paper and a pencil, an eraser, and then a black Sharpie. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do, we'll pretend like I'm starting this off from scratch here, from the very beginning, is you're going to have your paper vertically. I like to call it portrait. So it's tall up and down. And you're going to bring your corners together. Make sure everything's lined up really well, because we don't want you to be crooked on here. And then you're going to fold it in half. Okay? Now, keep that folded, and then we're going to fold it, both sheets together. We're going to fold it again. Okay? Again, make sure that it's lined up really well. So we're going to then unfold this, and then we're going to take one of the pieces of, the sides of paper, and then we're going to fold it down so it looks like this. So you have a crease here going right through the center. Okay? Everybody have that? If you need to pause the video at any time to work on yours and then catch up, then you can turn on the video again and follow along. Okay, now I want you to be drawing in pencil. Okay? Reason is that if there's something that you don't like, you can erase it. Okay? I've already drawn mine in pencil, and I want you to be able to see my lines, so I'm going to be demonstrating using my black Sharpie. Okay, so right above, the first thing that you need to do is right above this fold here, and in the center of your paper, so you can do your finger measuring, I want you to put a little black dot. That's the center of your face. We don't want your face to be over here or over here, right? We want it to be nicely centered on the paper. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to make a rainbow shape right above this crease. And then we're going to make finger width, and we're going to make another rainbow shape. Okay? And then right above that line, we're going to connect our rainbow shape. We're making our eyes. Okay? And then we're going to make a smaller rainbow shape, and then a smaller rainbow shape for both of our eyes. Now this is going to be the color, where the color of your eye is. This will be the black pupil. So what you can do is draw a line that's slightly curved and divide that in half. Now, when you are using your Sharpie to go over your pencil lines, you can draw that in so it's nice and black, but that you want to leave the white. That's the no color zone because that's the highlight of your eyes. And then we're going to make some eyelashes. Eyelashes protect your eyes from dust and that kind of thing. So we want to make sure we have that. And then we're going to do eyebrows. You can think about some of the expressions that you can communicate with your eyebrows. If they're up, if they're down, that kind of thing. As we are wearing masks, we have to learn new ways of communicating with our face and body, right? Because we spend a lot of, we rely a lot on communicating with our mouths, smiling, frowning, that kind of thing, but we can't do that with a mask on. Okay, so here's a kind of a tricky line for you to draw, but go up from, air draw a straight line up for a little while from this first dot and put another dot. And then you're going to draw a bigger rainbow, and this is going to be the top of your head. Okay. Next, we're going to be drawing the top of our ears. We only see the top of them, right? There we go. Now, let's think about what kind of hair you have. It's easiest if you, do you ever wear your hair up in the summertime to keep your neck cool? Well, it's easier to draw this if you have short hair, or if you have long hair, to pull it up in a bun or ponytails or whatever. So if you have curly hair, you can make the curls like that, and then little buns on either side. Okay. Now, if you have straight hair or bangs, let me show you this example here. Here's the line that you've already drawn, and so you can make your bangs go down here and then draw a line here for the top of your head, and then this artist gave little stick outs. Okay. All right, so you should have the top of your head done. Now we're going to do the mask. And so from our center dot, we're going to go down almost to the bottom of our piece of paper, but not quite. And then we're going to draw our chin. Okay. And then we're going to start from the middle, and we're going to draw, I have to move this around, the top of our mask. Okay. And then our neck. Okay. So I just love how everybody is expressing their creativity and their identity by the kinds of masks that they're wearing. So you get to design your own mask. You can decide what colors, what patterns you want on it. It can be simple, like these stripes, okay? Or it could be flowers. So you're going to draw your pattern. Don't make it just a solid color. That won't be quite as interesting, will it? So you can decide how you want your mask to be. And again, while you design your mask, if you need to pause the video to give you time to think that through and then to draw your idea, go ahead and do that. And notice, even if you have an all-over pattern, you can have partial designs showing like they're going off to the side. Okay. So this is what it should look like when you have the masked version of you done. Okay. Now we're going to open up our paper. So we're working with the big paper, and we're going to finish the bottom half of your face as you look without your mask. Okay. So we go back to that important middle dot that I made. And we're going to go down just a little bit and put a dot there. And it needs to be straight down. But don't draw a line, just do an imaginary line. And then you're going to go from your previous headline. And you're making your chin line again. There you go. And now we can see all of your ears. And now we're going to do a very simple nose. You can do different kinds of noses. This is just a simple L kind of shape. That works. And because we don't have our mask on, we're going to be given a great big grin. Or you can do whatever sort of smile, non-smile. I kind of hope you're not frowning. I hope you're having a better day than a day that makes you wear a frown. But if that's the case, you go ahead and express how you're feeling. So I'm going to do this nice big grin. And it's such a big grin that she's even showing some teeth. Okay, so put her smile lines here. And then her tongue. You can hear my dogs barking in the background. And then we're going to put another line. And we're going to do teeth. All right, so we have our mouth done. And then we're going to do our neck. Don't make it too skinny because it's got to support your big head with all those brains in it, right? And then we're going to make it look like you're three-dimensional a little bit. We're going to make a curved line on the bottom of your neck. All right, how you doing, everybody? Everybody with me? Again, if you need to have a little extra time to catch up, just put the pause on the video, and then I'll be right back with you when you need it. Okay. So this is where we start working on the words that describe you. So think about, close your eyes and think very hard about what words best describe who you are. Okay. And then we're going to have fun with this. We're going to work with different kinds of lettering. So people have told me that I am kind. So I'm going to do kind in bubble letters. So this is how you do bubble letters. Again, you're going to be doing this with a pencil so you can erase these inside. But first of all, you write your word and you leave space in between. So kind is K-I-N-D, okay? And the reason why you leave space in between your letters is that you're going to do your bubble letters around it. And when you are finished, then you can go back. And again, I can't do that because I'm using my Sharpie. But with your pencil, you can erase your inner letters. Okay? There you go. So there's kind. I like to have a lot of fun. So I'm going to write fun. And you can do block letters. If it's easier for you, you can do the same technique as what we just did. You can put just your stick letters here and then do your block letters around that. If that would be easier for you to kind of keep them looking like the letters that you want it to look like. So really the difference between the block letters and the bubble letters is that you're using straight lines and angles, and here you're using curved lines, right? Okay, so I like to be a little silly. Even though I'm an adult, I still like to be silly. I bet you like to be silly too sometimes. All right, so we're going to do bubble letters again. And for my eye, I'm going to do a spiral for the dot. Now, you don't have to be using the words that I'm using. I just want to show you some different ways of doing your letters. And then you can do just straight stick letters. I'm going to say that I'm pretty awesome. I bet you're pretty awesome too. Artists have a tendency to be awesome. Okay. And then I'm also smart. So I'm going to write smart here. Now the trick, you don't want to have your letters going above this line, okay? Because we don't want them to show when you close everything up, okay? So make sure that everything is below, it's in between these two lines right here. Okay, so we've got some of our words, and so we have a lot of what's called negative space. That's space where there's nothing there. So we want to draw just doodles in that space. Maybe it's some things that you like. I like hearts, so I'm going to draw a heart here, and then I'm going to put some marks on top of it. You can underline your words with curvy lines. You can add spirals, just like you would be doodling on your piece of paper. I used to doodle a lot while I was listening to my teachers, and I was listening. It's just that the doodling helped me concentrate because I was doing something with my hands. Oh, look, I forgot to do my Y. There we go. Okay. So let's make sure that everything looks good and all lined up. Okay, so once you're done drawing everything, then you need to go over it with your black Sharpie. And then what I like to do is, you'll see that I've got some lines, some pencil lines that are showing. So I like to take my eraser and clean that all up so it's a nice crisp kind of look to my paper. And then these dots that were really important in setting up the project, we're going to erase those too. Like I said, we're going to erase, if you want, the stick letters inside your bubble and block letters, or you can leave them. And like I did, go over them with Sharpies if you want. Okay. Now, in terms of putting color to this, we want it to be really, really colorful, right? And so you can use, let me close this up. You can use crayons if you'd like. You can use markers if you want. It's really up to you and what you have at home. But make sure that you color in very nicely in the edges, right? Make sure that your mask is nice and bright. And then notice what we did here in the background. When it's folded, we did different colors with our crayons all the way around. So what kind of look, feeling or energy does that use of line and color give? Well, to me, it looks like it's really a lot of energy, very dynamic, happy, right? Fabulous. So just by doing simple lines, this one they use pink and purple, and this one blue and yellow. So you can take your favorite colors and do your background. Okay, and then when you open it up, you're going to have all of this that you've colored in, and you can also do the lines in the background around it too. When you're doing your background here, just make sure that you don't go above the eye line or below the mask line, okay? Because we want those to be two separate pictures when it's folded and when it's open. All right. Hope you have a good time with this. As always, I'd love it if you would post your completed work in On the Move Art Studios Facebook page. Thanks.